Hey folks, want to jump on here and do a quick setup podcast. This one's going to be on Meta. If you've never heard about it, that's no problem. Let's get into the show. So Meta is a major global technology company best known for owning some of the world's biggest social platforms and investing heavily in virtual reality and the quote metaverse end quote. Overview, founded in 2004 as Facebook, rebranded to Meta in 2021. Founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg, headquarters Menlo Park, California, USA. Core idea, connecting people digitally and increasing immersively. Major products and platforms. Meta owns several of the most widely used apps in the world: Facebook, social networking platform; Instagram, photos, reels; Influence; WhatsApp, global messaging service; Messenger, chat platform; Metaverse and VR focus. Meta is investing heavily in virtual and augmented reality, Meta Quest, VR headsets, Horizon World, social VR spaces. The company's long-term vision is building the quote metaverse end quote, a persistent virtual world of work, socializing, and entertainment. Business model: Meta primarily makes money from, digital advertising, especially on Facebook and Instagram, data-driven ad targeting, growing investments in hardware, VR headsets. Controversies and criticism: Meta has faced ongoing scrutiny around privacy and data usage, misinformation and content moderation, mental health impacts of social media, antitrust concerns. Why it matters: Meta is one of the most influential tech companies globally, shaping how billions of people communicate. Online advertising ecosystem, the future of digital interaction, VR/AR. And if we continue over on ChatGPT, here's a clear up-to-date breakdown of how Meta is doing right now, 2025 to 2026. Growth, strategy, and whether it's still a strong company. Is Meta still growing? Yes, strongly, but with some trade-offs. Revenue 2025 around $201 billion, presuming USD. Expected revenue approximately $235 billion to $249 billion. That is approximately equal to 18 to 24% growth. Quarterly growth, approximately 24% year on year in late 2025. The source is Yahoo Finance. Users, billions globally, still growing around 6 to 7% yearly. Social is the source there. Bottom line, Meta is still a high growth company, mainly powered by ads and AI. Where the money comes from, by the way, you may have to double check the revenue. I'm sure the source is simply Wall Street, Meta Platforms Inc., NASDAQ, ticker. It says Meta just released. The ticker is the symbol used on the public stock exchange. You may see it if you look into the ASX. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. Where the money comes from: number one, advertising, the core engine. The vast majority of revenue comes from ads on Facebook, Instagram. Ad revenue is still growing fast, approximately 20% plus. The source, capital.com. AI is making ads more effective, better targeting, higher conversion rates, more engagement. Number two, AI, the biggest new driver. Meta is going all in on AI. Massive infrastructure spending, 115 billion to 135 billion in 2026. New AI research teams and tools. AI already improving ads and productivity. This is now more important than the metaverse. Number three, VR/metaverse, mixed results. Reality Labs VR division is losing billions. Source is Yahoo Finance. Meta is shifting focus away from pure quote metaverse hype end quote toward AI. The Guardian is the source there. The downside's important. Number one, costs are exploding. Expenses expected 162 billion to 169 billion in 2026. Profit growth may slow to approximately 3% due to spending. They're making money, but aggressively spending. Number two, layoffs plus restructuring, jobs or job cuts linked to AI replacing roles. New York Post, shift towards smaller AI-driven teams. Number three, stock volatility. Meta stock dropped approximately 13% in early 2026 tech downturn. Number four, ongoing criticism, which we talked about, privacy concerns, mental health lawsuits. Well, we haven't mentioned that yet. Regulatory pressure. Big picture, is Meta doing well? Strengths: massive global user base, billions, highly profitable ad business, leading push into AI. Strong revenue growth risks, huge spending, especially on AI infrastructure, VR/Metaverse, still not profitable. Regulatory plus social pressure, workforce dispute due to AI. What's next? 2026 and beyond, Meta is transitioning from, quote, social media company, end quote, to AI plus advertising plus future computing platform. If AI bets succeed, Meta could remain one of the world's most powerful tech companies, If they fail, spending could hurt profits long term. Simple takeaway, short term, strong growth, but expensive. Long term depends on AI success. AI success. The big tech showdown 2026, Meta versus Google. Meta versus Google, what they compete on, digital advertising, huge battlefield, AI, new battlefield. Who's ahead? Ads. Meta is winning. More engaging platforms, Instagram, Reels, better performance via AI. AI. Google is slightly ahead, stronger models, Gemini ecosystem, deep integration into search. Verdict. Meta equals better ads machine. Google equals AI plus search dominance. Meta versus Apple. What they compete on: hardware, VR/AR headsets, control over user data. Who's ahead? Hardware, Apple premium tech like Vision Pro, VR adoption, Meta cheaper, more users. Privacy control, Apple dominates. Key tension, Apple's privacy rules hurt Meta's ad targeting massively. Verdict, Apple equals ecosystem plus hardware king. Meta equals cheaper viewer plus ad scale. Meta versus TikTok, Meta versus ByteDance. What they compete on: attention, especially Gen Z, short form video. Who's ahead? Engagement, TikTok, monetization, Meta. Copying features, Meta, Reels equals TikTok clone, reality TikTok equals more addictive. You probably have to double check the source. It's on ChatGPT, but Meta equals makes more money from users. Verdict, TikTok equals cultural influence, Meta equals business execution. Meta versus Microsoft, what they compete on: AI, huge battle, future of work. Who's ahead? AI infrastructure, Microsoft, Azure plus OpenAI partnership. Consumer social AI, Meta. Verdict, Microsoft equals enterprise AI leader, Meta equals consumer AI at scale. Overall ranking 2026 reality AI power: 1 Microsoft, 2 Google, 3 Meta, 4 Apple. Advertising, 1 Meta, 2 Google, 3 TikTok, 4 Apple. Barely plays here. Number 4 Apple on advertising. Cultural influence, number 1 TikTok, number 2 Meta, Instagram, number 3 YouTube, Google. Hardware future, number 1 Apple, number 2 Meta, number 3 Microsoft. Final takeaway, Meta is not the biggest tech company, but it is one of the most profitable, the leader in social media monetization, and a serious AI contender. In one sentence, Meta dominates attention, turns it into money better than almost anyone. And here's a quick no hype look at who's likely to dominate tech by 2030 based on current momentum, not marketing promises. The race to 2030, Microsoft most likely number 1 overall. Why Microsoft is leading: owns the enterprise layer, Windows, Office, Azure, deep partnership with AI leaders like OpenAI, AI embedded into everything, Copilot across products. Key advantage: businesses depend on Microsoft. AI adoption happens automatically. Risk: less influence on culture/consumers than Meta or TikTok. Google, AI plus knowledge giant. Why Google is dangerous: controls information layers, search, YouTube, strong AI models, Gemini. Massive data advantage. Key advantage: if AI replaces search, Google can reinvent itself fastest. Risk: AI could kill its own ad business, huge internal conflict. Now, I don't know the source here, by the way. This is just on ChatGPT. Well, that will be the source, but this isn't internal knowledge from me working there 4 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago in 2021. This is just what it says on ChatGPT. I don't have any internal information on what will be happening in Google at the moment. Haven't had since 2021. And I haven't spread any information, by the way. Just thought I'd clear up anything on this podcast in case it gets quite a bit of distribution. Reviews, attention plus AI monster. Why Meta could win big: owns human attention at massive scale, best in the world, and monetizing users. AI is improving engagement fast. Key advantage: they control what people see and feel daily. Risk: over reliance on ads. VR still uncertain. Regulatory pressure: Apple, the silent powerhouse. Why Apple plays different: owns hardware ecosystem, controls privacy plus distribution, app store expanding into AR Vision Pro. Key advantage: they control the giveaway to users. Risk: behind in AI compared to others, slower innovation pace. ByteDance, wildcard. why they matter. Most addictive algorithm on earth, that would be ByteDance, would be TikTok. If anyone doesn't know it, we haven't covered in the podcast yet. Dominates Gen Z attention. Key advantage: they understand human behavior better than anyone. Risk: government ban/regulation. Weak outside social media. Who actually wins by 2030? Geez, I need some more food. Most likely overall winner, Microsoft, because it owns infrastructure plus enterprise plus AI distribution. Strong contenders, Google, if it survives AI disruption. Meta, if AI plus ads keep scaling. Situational winner, Apple, if AR replaces smartphones. Dark horse, ByteDance, if TikTok evolves into everything app. The big insight: this matters most. By 2030, the winners won't just be, quote, tech companies, end quote. They'll control one of these layers: infrastructure, Microsoft; information, Google; attention, Meta/TikTok; hardware, gateway, Apple. Whoever controls the most layers wins. Simple takeaway: safest bet, Microsoft. This isn't financial advice, by the way, and I'm not a financial advisor. Most upside, Meta. Most fragile, giant, Google. Most premium, control, Apple. Most unpredictable, TikTok. And then I think we're coming up on about 15 minutes. Let's go over to gemini.google.com. We won't talk about the best tech stocks because I'm not a financial advisor. Just as Microsoft, safest long-term bet; Meta, highest upside; Google, powerful but risky; Apple, premium but slower growth; ByteDance, not easily investable; most powerful companies, influence not money; attention, power; Meta plus TikTok. Again, we won't continue on this. We'll just move into gemini.google.com. One sec. Since rebranding from Facebook Inc. in October 2021, Meta Platforms Inc. has pivoted its entire identity toward the, quote, Metaverse, end quote, which we already talked about, a hypothesized 3D version of the internet where physical and digital realities merge. While they are still primarily a social media company by revenue, their internal structure is now split into two distinct worlds: a family of apps, the cash cow, and a reality labs, the expensive future. The portfolio: product, Facebook; primary role, legacy, social networking and marketplace; monthly active users, approximately 3.07 billion; product, Instagram, visual discovery and short form video reels, approximately 2 billion plus; WhatsApp, global standard for encrypted messaging, approximately 2.7 billion; Threads, text-based conversion, X/Twitter competitor, approximately 150 million plus; Quest, Oculus, VR/MR hardware and software ecosystem market leader. 3 things to know about Meta today. Number 1, the, quote, year of efficiency, end quote, pivot. In 2023, CEO Mark Zuckerberg shifted the company's focus from aggressive hiring to, quote, efficiency, end quote. This meant significant layoffs, 20,000 plus employees, and restructuring to move faster. The result was a massive stock rebound and a leaner engineering culture. Number 2, the AI versus metaverse tension. While, quote, Meta, end quote, implies a focus on virtual reality viewer, the company is currently pouring billions into generative AI. Their open source family model, Llama, is a direct competitor to OpenAI's GPT-4, and they are integrating AI, quote, agents, end quote, into every one of their apps to drive engagement. Number 3, Reality Labs is a money pit for now. The Metaverse division, Reality Labs, consistently loses billions of dollars every quarter, roughly 16 billion in 2023 alone. Meta views is this as long-term R&D, betting that, quote, smart glasses, end quote, like their Ray-Ban collaboration, will eventually replace the smartphone as our primary way to interact with the world. The big bet: Meta is gambling that by owning the hardware, Quest/glasses, and operating system, they can avoid being, quote, taxed, end quote, or restricted by Apple and Google's app stores, a frustration that cost them billions when Apple introduced, quote, app tracking transparency. I think we're coming up on 15 minutes, so let's finish up. Just any latest news about Meta, I suppose, before the one big thing? We already talked briefly about some of the topics that have some things in the news, but there's anything you need to add? AI models going open source. Meta is preparing to release its first new AI models developed under Alexander Wang, with plans to eventually offer this on Claude, by the way. versions via an open source license, both releasing them before releasing them openly. Legal troubles. Meta has lost two pivotal court cases recently. Layoffs and Metaverse retreat. Meta announced it was laying off around 700 people, many from Reality Labs, the division behind its Metaverse products. Platform updates. On the product side, Meta has added new languages to its live translate feature, launched a support AI chatbot for user support, and integrated Manus AI, across Meta Ads Manager, Instagram, and WhatsApp Business. Also, Messenger.com is no longer available for messaging as of this month. Users are being redirected to facebook.com/messages or the Messenger mobile app. It's been a turbulent few weeks for the company overall, with big bets on AI amid mounting legal and strategic pressures. Fascinating. So much going on in the world of AI, so I thought I'd just chat about it briefly. But let's just finish off one big thing about Meta. The biggest thing about Meta right now, and this is on Claude.ai, but different from ChatGPT, which we used to use or have been using. Meta is about to release new AI models under Alexander Wang, Scale AI's founder, and plans to open source them, a major signal that Meta is doubling down on being the open source alternative to OpenAI and Anthropic, focusing on consumers and wide global distribution rather than enterprise/government deals. And the source is Axios. It's a pivotal moment. Meta's AI efforts have lagged behind rivals, and this is their big swing to stay relevant in the race. It's fascinating. Maybe I'll use Claude a bit more. That's great. And if you're enjoying the show, feel free to follow along. It popped up the other day on Spotify that I'm meant to have a lot more followers compared to the amount of people that listen to the show. So if you could follow along, it'd be easier for you to find it on Spotify in your app. And if you want to leave a review, that'd be great too. By the way, if you're on YouTube, you can subscribe. And thanks for listening, folks. Have a wonderful rest of your day.